Okay, so this is A-level media studies. This is the evaluation question 2. And the question is, how does your media product represent particular social groups? So basically, I'm going to say there is minimal social groups that you see in the film. That's only because the film is set in a post-apocalyptic world. The premise of the film is basically people have been attacked by terrorist organizations, and the world is reduced to a wasteland with majority of the population being made into these horrible monsters because of the fallout of the radiation, disease. Everything is very much based around fallout. Now, this is the thing with social groups when they come across social groups in the film, because there's only two characters, we don't really explore it. Because if you're going to have a small band of survivors, you're not going to be very trustworthy of anyone. Now, particular social groups, there's no subcultures or anything, because everyone has got to be equal because they're the only people alive. Now, excuse me. Now, the people in my text is a character played by myself and a character played by Teo Williamson, another student. And the type of people we are is we're very reserved. We have to be reserved. We have to be quiet all the time because the characters are very much hunted and very much are hunted for food by these mutated creatures, obviously. And this is we've indicated this for a variety of things. First, I'm going to mention costume. Now, costume is very ragged, very minimalist, very dirty, and this is what we tried to do when picking the costumes to use in the film. We figured out that if we use our old sort of ragged clothes, we make ourselves look a lot more in the scene and in feeling the actual premise of the film. Now with makeup, we had to make ourselves look quite dirty, so obviously using mud, using sort of the natural environment to make ourselves look a bit like scruffy. The body language we used, we have to be very reserved as well, as I've said, because of the being hunted by monsters is never a good thing. So that's where we can compare it to, say, Fallout or Mad Max. Even Mad Max, that's a good example because it's the same thing. Post-apocalyptic, everyone's on the run from things. I mean, it's the costume is very Mad Max-ish. Facial expressions, that's a big one. Facial expressions are very much to do with anger, fear. Fear is a good one, and fear is shown by just the way we're very quiet. We're very alert, and we have to be able to keep out of things' way, say like the creatures in the film, which you don't see until the very end. But you need to go on the blog and watch the film. So yeah, facial expression. We always try to make ourselves look very lonely, and that's where social groups could come around because loneliness is explored in the world by just being hunted, and in the real world, loneliness is sort of akin to sort of bullying. You could have racism, homophobia. Loneliness comes into all of these things, and within the film, racism, homophobia, they don't really exist anymore because everyone has to survive together. So this is where social groups could come in. Now, for the editing, that's another big one. Editing, I've used, well, Luke, the cameraman who's filmed it, we've used the camera to basically make ourselves look very small and insignificant. So high angle shots are very key. High angle shots, so the camera's looking down on the character. That basically makes they are unimportant, they're small, they're kind of oppressed, and that's where we came with the camera. The editing, we made it look very kind of dark and dingy because in a post-apocalyptic world, you're not going to have pretty flowers or like a sunny summer's day, and we kind of made it look very kind of dirty, almost like the film that's found is dirty. Sound is a big one as well. We used diegetic sound in the scenes where you have sort of the growling of the creature outside and almost a heartbeat, which kind of crosses between non-diegetic and diegetic at the same time. Now, we use this because it kind of fits in with the mood of the character. Now, Now, to be fair, the editing we kind of used, we kind of made it look like a very desolate place. Now, where we are in the film is we're under a bridge, trying to keep out of the elements, trying to keep out of the creature's way, and this is where we have to go with that. And the thing is, with the bleakness of the actual editing reflects on social groups as well, because those social groups, there's no vibrancy, there's no or vibrance or vibrancy, I'm not too sure. There's no colour, there's no diversity, it's all very monotone, and that's what we tried to recreate with the editing. Now, the editing we used is Coral Video Studio Pro, and on there you can make your film look very kind of either dingy, or you can put the brightness up really high. So we're trying to keep the brightness down so it looks almost colourless, bleak, desolate, dark. We're trying to recreate the place to be as horrible as it can be. And the sound is the same. There's no music, because even if you're using it as non-diegetic purposes, music is it brings out different emotions, different connotations when it comes to actually making the film. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. That's my question 2, and stay tuned for question 3.